Hi, I'm Marcia Asdell, the mayor of Chester Township. The council held a meeting on February 7th, and I just want to give you a recap of some of the topics we talked about. We were introduced to the newest members of the Chester Police Department, the former Chester Borough Policeman, by our Chief Tom Williver. We accept various reports as a part of every meeting: finance, tax assessor, police, construction, and it was suggested that we receive longitudinal reports of these at various times through the year so that we can take note of trends. An ordinance was introduced to authorize the refunding of open space bonds to achieve a lower interest rate. The public had a couple questions for us as to why the new amount was higher than the old amount that we weren't really able to answer well for him. So our CFO has more information for us, which we will talk about at the meeting when this ordinance will be voted upon, which is March 7th. We also approved a resolution supporting the police department's participation in various safety crackdown campaigns throughout 2017. We talked about the efficacy of these grants and the cost versus benefit to our residents and the role of community policing in general. The public in attendance voiced support for these law enforcement tactics and noted that participation in the grants certainly gave the police more visibility, and that how some of these stops for, say, a seatbelt violation could lead to the discovery of more serious offenses. The public also commented on their support of our police force following the Attorney General's law enforcement directive that guides police departments in their questioning of residents regarding their immigration status. The council voted to name the Highlands Ridge Barn the Cogger Community Barn. It was decided to have the newly formed Marketing and Communications Subcommittee, or actually Advisory Committee, look into having a local realtor come to meetings and present data to us and offer interpretation of that data. We also decided to pay some outstanding bills to our attorney and environmental engineer in relation to some long-standing litigation against a developer of a subdivision off Old Chester Gladstone Road. And we are also going to take steps to reimburse the township from the cash performance bond that has been posted. We talked about instituting pay increases for some municipal employees in this year's budget. At a future meeting, benchmarking data will be discussed. At the moment, we benchmark against Morris County as a whole and also against a smaller subset of towns that are like us, not necessarily all in Morris County, but the surrounding areas. And a question was raised about using performance-based compensation and beginning to use appraisals for our township hall employees. Our administrator brought us up to date on the steps she is continuing to take to create an agreement with Chester Borough to share a court. Chester Borough currently shares a court with Mendon Borough. I talked about a meeting I had with the Chester First Aid Squad recently to discuss concerns about response times. The average response time is about 17 and a half minutes, but there have been times where it's been much longer, which of course is a concern to everybody. We talked about the possibility of participating in the program the county is rolling out this month. They're paying for it, where they would be able to supplement volunteer squads throughout the county when their staffing is slim. I also discussed concerns I had with the lease that was finalized in December of 2016 with the Highlands Commission. That's a state agency that is occupying the former Telecordia building that's located on the telephone pole property off North Road, and how I thought many of the terms and clauses, in my opinion, were not in Chester Township's best interests, and if there were any steps we could take to mitigate some of these risks. The lease is, of course, a public document, so it is available for your perusal as well. Of course, this recap is not an official transcript of the meetings, but it is a compilation of the notes I took that night and also notes I took when I listened to the recording of the meeting. In addition, the agenda for this meeting is posted on our town's website and all the supporting documents. Feel free to call me if you have questions or contact me. Our administrator is also available, Robin Collins, and you can also contact any of your council people. So I look forward to seeing you at one of our meetings or meeting you at Town Hall. I'm there on Fridays between 10 and 12. And I am also at the Chester Library one Thursday night a month. So thank you.